Yo, my beautiful people, it's all about Oil Down Fest going down on Saturday, January 31st. And right now, this is a special invite for you. You know you could cook. You know somebody that could cook. You have an auntie that could cook. You have a granny that could cook. You have a brother or sister, anybody you know that could cook. Or you could cook. You can register today. You can register right now. It's Oil Down Fest. I'm telling you, January 31st, you don't want to miss it. You know you're bad on our Oil Down, so register and come and win some prizes. I'll see you there. Yeah.
Grenada, are you ready for the biggest football showdown to kick off 2026? Our senior men's national team is back and they're going for 7 straight wins. Sunday, January 18th, Team Grenada takes on regional rivals Jamaica in a clash of titans at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Kickoff 5 p.m. sharp. It's pride, power, and pure Caribbean football. Grenada versus Jamaica, a rivalry like no other. Can we make it 7 in a row? Come feel the energy, the passion, the fight. Tickets just $25 for adults, $10 for children. Kids under 10 enter free. Grab yours now at Heather's Boutique, Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, or GFA's office. Tell your friends, bring the family, and let's pack the stadium. This is more than a match. This is Grenada versus Jamaica, and we want all of you to be in the stands. Sunday, January 18th at 5 p.m. Grenada versus Jamaica. One team, one goal.
It's that time to say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Coup, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Thursday. It is the 15th day of January. Can you imagine that? It's already the 15th. Wow, this time is going. It's going awesome. All right, let's start it off with, let me see. All right, let's start it off with this. You know, we always do that on a morning, so let's start it right. It says here, in the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. That's from Romans 8 and chapter 8 and verse 26. Lord God, send your Spirit, we pray, over us and over the whole world. Let your light dawn on earth among humankind. Reveal your power and let your reign begin. May your will be done, O Lord. We kneel before your throne and plead to you. We are weak, Lord. Help us. Bless us. Establish your kingdom in our hearts of those who are willing to follow you, who are willing to accept your grace in Jesus Christ. Help us through your strength. Reign over us. Be with us with your Holy Spirit, O Lord God, our Father. Amen, amen, and amen. Yeah, that's how we do it. It's 26 minutes on to 7. False expressions appearing real. That's what fear means. Be no longer a slave to fear, right? Fear not, for he is God. Yeah. Nice. How are you doing this morning? I want to say good morning to Yulin, Joanne Brathwaite Batson, Jelly and McIntyre, Mary E. Banks, Monica Mayrose Williams, Rita Williams, Michelle Bernard is here, Yolan Swan is with us, Veronica Sandy, right. Good morning, Jennifer Colimo. How are you doing this morning? You and the family, hope everybody is fine. Michelle Forsyth, all the way out there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Talking with Michelle, and I remember the days of call Center Grenada, man. We were the founding members there. We were the ones who were training the recruits in the pavilion, the Simon Pavilion, and then eventually moved over to the current location, the GIDC building. Call Call Center Grenada Posse, good morning, good morning, good morning. Randa Joseph from Carriacou, I remember you well. Mr. Best also, yeah. Hope you're all doing fine. Having said that, good morning to you, Mommy Gwen and Mr. Crawford Best. Bosom, good morning to you and yours also. Just reminding us all that it is indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way, yeah. Most importantly, as we head into the word of the day today, yesterday we had heritage, and it meant cultural traditions that were passed down. This morning we were looking at the word advocate. And to advocate is to support a cause. Yeah, advocate. Whole lot of advocacy. Good morning, Judy Benoit and family. How you doing, my dearie? Hope you all doing fine, you know. Happy New Year and all. Still has salt ham on the fridge to pass by, you know. Vicklin Moraine, good morning to you. Hope all is well. Advocate, it means to support a cause. All right, and here's how we can use that word in a sentence. She advocates for education reform. I do too, yeah. Teach more Grenadian history, yeah. Let the children know. Yeah. 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Just got a little bit of rain outside when I peeked outside a while ago, yeah, but it's all good. All good. Please, I beg, oh, sweep over my soul. Luciano. I don't know if you remembered when I interviewed Luciano. He has a real sense of humor, man. He's one humorous guy. Looking forward to seeing him. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Yulin loves the background. Oh my goodness, yeah, I love it too. Nice. Violence, good morning to you. The Beggs family, the Gilbert family, good morning. Don Farry. I'm going over to Beauregard and saying good morning to the Farries. Good morning, Mimi and Underpants. How are you doing? Hope all you doing fine, yeah? The motivational tip of the day is up next. The folks in Caliste, Point Celine, my friends at the MBIA, good morning. The Met Office, nice. Traffic control, that's air traffic control, right? The motivational tip of the day. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Yeah. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Nice. I like that. Create your future. That's the best way to predict it. What it's going to be, well, you create what you want it to be. Is it going to be well? Yeah, are you planning for retirement? Are you planning for uncertain days? You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we got to look at. I want to say good morning to Raylene. You know, a number of folks said that the conversation we had yesterday morning was real. It was very life applicable. Yeah. You know, sometimes you think you're young and you're living life gay abandon. And before you know it, boy, age creep upon you and you realize you've accumulated nothing. So that's the future you created. You know what I'm saying? But as Raylene said, start where you are now and you can effectuate change in the future. You know what I'm saying? You can't go back and fix what you did in the past, but you can start now and have a different outcome. Yeah, Sylvina, where are you? Raindrops on your roof. Okay. Scara and the guys in our guy, good morning. Abel, good morning. Morris and Louis, good morning. Jig, you think it easy to take it easy? Yeah. Nice. So the best way to predict the future is to create it in Laboratory. Okay. Sylvina, good morning. Good morning. Scott the King, good morning to Loveman. Scooby and the guys at the Legacy Bar, good morning. The Legacy Sports Bar, always up with us, man. The guys at the Curry Pot, Elvin, Chaitan and family, good morning. Veronica Sandy, good morning to you. Where's Petlin? I haven't seen Petlin this morning. Petlin, how are you doing? Nadisha, good morning to you. Yeah. Central Charles Crawford, all the way in Barbados. You're making me feel to come back, you know. Yeah, you're making me feel to come back, you know. I enjoyed the years that I spent on Spry Street, you know. Yeah. Good. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me tell you something, you know. If Jai is by my side, yeah. What's buzzing this morning? Well, Grenada amongst 75 nations affected by U.S. immigrant visa pause. Cannabis reform nears passage with the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago to introduce zones of special operations after state of emergency expiration. Now that state of emergency expires on the 31st of January. Internationally, no breakthrough after Greenland talks between U.S. and Danish officials. And in sports, Windies on the 9th and take on Tanzania in World Cup opener. Those are the buzzing stories. Now, there's something that I observed, you know, and don't want to pick on anybody, but I think as adults and as vehicle owners and motorists, we need to have more respect for the nation's roads. Why am I saying that? Okay, you drive recklessly. That's not fine, but but if your vehicle is broken down, except in really bad situations and circumstances, I don't see why it has to remain there for, you know, days. There's a vehicle parked. I'm not going to, you know, say exactly the area, but a vehicle is parked. It's broken down. There's a defect with the front wheel. It's parked very close onto a pedestrian crossing next to a school. And that vehicle has been there since Monday. Now, there's nothing wrong with your vehicle breaking down, but take the necessary actions to get it off the nation's roads. The roads are already narrow. The roads are already deplorable. And you're complicating the problem. You're compounding it. You know, I mean, come on, man. And police officers, you're driving past all the time. You're watching it. It's an impediment. Do something about it. Get the owners, or you carry it away and, you know, let them pay the fee. We just cannot continue doing it like that. It's a bother. It really is. Your vehicle is broken down, fine. Okay, then what? You just leave it on the road? Come on. Even if it's not drivable, you cannot drive it. Get a tow truck or something to move it. You can't just leave it on the side of the road. It's not perseverance. Come on, man. Ashburn Liebird. Good morning from New York. Wow, that's a new one again. Good to have you on board. Central Trials says, I have an open invitation. Well, Barbados is my second home, you know. For your information, I lived at Hearts Gap, September Square. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
What am I dealing with? Well, you know this is me, one lion, two dread. GBN Oil Long Fest. All the oil long bosses out there come and register. Pulse Airstrip, January 31st, we outside. And we see who can cook. They say country better than tongue, but we go find out on the 31st of January. Come on, GBN Oil Long Fest. You can't miss it. Food just tastes good. Oil long just tastes.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Thursday, the 15th day of January 2026. In the headlines, Grenada among 75 nations affected by U.S. immigrant visa pause. And cannabis reform nears passage with a Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago to introduce zones of special operations after state of emergency expiration. Internationally, no breakthrough after Greenland talks between U.S. and Danish officials. And in sports, Wind is under 19 to take on Tanzania in World Cup opener. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you run, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you.
Yo, my beautiful people, it's all about Oil Down Fest going down on Saturday, January 31st. And right now, this is a special invite for you. You know you could cook. You know somebody that could cook. You have an auntie that could cook. You have a granny that could cook. You have a brother, sister, anybody you know that could cook. Or you could cook. You can register today. You can register right now. It's Oil Down Fest. I'm telling you, January 31st, you don't want to miss it. You know you're bad on our Oil Down, so register and come and win some prizes. I'll see you there. Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's edition with the details. I am Gordon Joseph. The United States has announced a pause on immigrant visa processing for 75 countries, including Grenada, which is effective from January 21st. According to the U.S. State Department, the pause will allow officials to reassess screening procedures aimed at preventing the entry of foreign nationals deemed likely to become a public charge, meaning dependent on U.S. government assistance. The suspension applies only to immigrant visas for permanent residents and does not affect non-immigrant visas such as tourist, student, or exchange visas. Several CARICOM countries are impacted, including Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In response, Grenada's opposition New National Party has expressed concerns over what it calls a growing series of adverse actions by the United States, citing the visa pause, a ban on Grenadian fish exports, and a recent U.S. travel advisory. The NNP is calling on the government to clearly explain what the latest restrictions mean for Grenadian passport holders and to outline its diplomatic efforts to address the issue. GBN News has so far been unable to obtain a response from the government. The government of Grenada is moving closer to a major reform of the nation's cannabis laws with the proposed Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026. The move signals a significant shift in national drug policy. My colleague Chrislina John has more in this report.
The Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026 will be presented at the January 20th sitting of the House of Representatives. During a press briefing on Wednesday, the move towards adopting a policy of controlled decriminalization was explained as one that seeks to reduce criminal penalties for cannabis-related offenses while maintaining strict regulatory oversight. The amended legislation and drug policy will be grounded by three main pillars, as explained by Minister for Agriculture Lennox Andrew, who cites this as a paradigm shift, a change in the status quo.
Pillar number one, restorative justice and social equity. It is a tool to rectify the past. We are providing amnesty and the expungement of records for cannabis offenses that falls within the specifications of the bill. We are upholding the constitutional rights of our Rastafarian community, recognizing the right to use cannabis as a sacred sacrament within their places of worship. Pillar number two, personal rights and public safety. Our second priority is towards individual rights and public safety. This is a measured shift, not an introduction to an unrestricted market. We are decriminalizing marijuana to individuals aged 21 and older. We are also decriminalizing the possession of up to 56 grams of cannabis and 15 grams of cannabis resin for private use. We are also permitting registered household cultivation of 4 plants. This ensures adults can address their personal health needs in privacy without fear of arrest. Pillar number 3, Grenadians' first industry.
Attorney General Senator Claudette Joseph indicated that Grenada is one of the last jurisdictions to move in the direction of decriminalization.
In Grenada, we are getting on board, some may say belatedly, but we are getting on board with what is now accepted as international standards in relation to the decriminalization of cannabis. By this amendment to the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act, that's the act that criminalizes certain dangerous and controlled substances. And cannabis is there provided for in the legislation. The adjustment is made based on the scientific information we have. So under the legislation, cannabis will still be a controlled substance.
Chairman on the Cannabis Committee, Anselm Clouden, cited the economic benefits to be derived from this new approach.
A multi-million business, and it is precisely for this reason that the President of the United States of America, President Trump, as the Attorney General had alluded to, moved cannabis from a Schedule I to a Schedule III. And the raison d'etre of that is to develop a comprehensive medicinal cannabis industry. The President himself said that a number of people were coming to him ill, sick, and he found it appropriate to bring relief to them. So that we have to move with dispatch, with alacrity, with strong legislation to introduce a medicinal cannabis industry to our country. It would create tremendous employment.
It is also explained that once the bill is passed, the records of individuals who are in trouble with the law for small quantities of marijuana will be expunged. Christelina John, GBN News.
Thank you very much, Christelina, for that comprehensive report there. Now, paying taxes in Grenada is now becoming more convenient as the Inland Revenue Division embraces digital transformation to improve public access and efficiency. I have more in this Shania McIntosh report.
Grenadians can now pay most of their taxes online with the official launch of GTax, a new digital platform designed to make tax payment more accessible and reduce the need for in-person visits to the Inland Revenue Division. Officials say the platform is intended to improve convenience, efficiency, and compliance. Assessment Supervisor at the Inland Revenue Division, Foreign Penny, outlined the categories of taxes that can currently be paid using the online system. However, he noted that property tax is not yet included, as that area of administration is still in the implementation phase.
You can pay VAT, value-added tax, excise tax, income tax, PAT, which is personal income tax, corporate income tax, stamp tax. Most of the taxes right now you can file and pay, with the exception, I believe, of the property tax.
Meanwhile, Deputy Comptroller at Inland Revenue, Randy Boyd Cadet, assured the public that the platform includes built-in security features designed to protect users' information. He explained that GTax also maintains a full digital record of all filings, allowing taxpayers to track their submissions and payments.
The future is digital. We understand that there are a lot of bad actors outside there who might be looking to do bad business. So we ensured with our vendor that we have top security protocols built into the system. So we have, for example, we restrict certain rights. Some unauthorized persons will not be able to access the taxpayer's account. We have encrypted features there. Multi-factor authentication is also there. So yeah, security remains a top priority. Whatever you log in, that's your credentials. So you have to remember your password. You have to remember your tax account number. You are, of course, you know your email. So security triggered for us a very important aspect of what we're doing here, because we do not want that to be compromised.
Officials believe the introduction of G-Tax will modernize tax administration in Grenada while making it easier for citizens to meet their obligations in a secure and efficient manner. Reporting for GBN News, Shania McIntosh.
And thank you very much, Shania. And folks, that takes us to the end of the first segment of news, the local segment, the regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather. They're straight ahead. Turning our attention to the region, the Trinidad and Tobago government is moving to introduce zones of special operations, or ZOSOs, as it prepares to wind down the current state of emergency, which expires on January 31st, 2026. Attorney General John Jeremy says the proposed legislation would allow security forces to target high-crime hotspots without imposing nationwide emergency powers, while including judicial oversight and time limits. Trinidad and Tobago recorded 369 murders in 2025, a 42% decline from 626 in 2024, marking the country's lowest murder rate since 2014. Police reported declines in violent crime, vehicle theft, and road fatalities last year. Under SOE powers, that's State of Emergency Powers, the TTPS executed over 12,000 operations targeting 3,723 priority offenders. Detection rates for murders rose from 15% to 20%, and overall detection for serious crimes increased from 29% to 36%. Jeremy said the ZOSO framework is intended to preserve those gains through a more focused and proportionate crime-fighting approach. Dancehall artist Chronic Law, whose real name is Akeem Jermaine Campbell, is currently in custody of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, according to ICE's official detainee locator. Public records show the Jamaican national was arrested in Georgia in November for multiple traffic-related charges, including reckless driving and fleeing police. ICE has not disclosed where he is being held or whether he is eligible for bond, and no details have been released on possible removal proceedings. Authorities stress that the listings are administrative and do not amount to a finding of guilt. Chronic Law rose to prominence in the late 2010s with socially conscious hits such as Empty, Not Like People, and Hillside. Now, looking further afield, Denmark has acknowledged a fundamental disagreement with the United States over Greenland following high-level talks at the White House. Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said discussions with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio were frank but constructive, stressing that President Donald Trump's suggestion of conquering Greenland was totally unacceptable. While no breakthrough was reached, the U.S., Denmark, and Greenland agreed to establish a working group on the future of autonomous territory. Rasmussen said Denmark and Greenland remain open to expand U.S. military presence, but firmly reject any takeover. Trump argues Greenland is vital to U.S. national security, particularly for Arctic surveillance and missile defense. Denmark acknowledged the need to strengthen Arctic security, but rejected Trump's claims of increased Russian and Chinese military activity near the island. Greenland's foreign minister said the territory supports cooperation with the U.S., but opposes annexation. European allies moved swiftly to back Denmark, with Sweden, France, and Germany signaling increased engagement in the region. Polls show most Greenlanders and most Americans oppose U.S. control of the territory. And finally, Ugandans are voting today in a high-stakes election that pits long-serving President Yoweri Museveni against opposition challenger and pop star turned politician Bobby Wine as Museveni seeks to extend his nearly 40-year rule. Wine, whose real name is Robert Kyagulanyi, has campaigned on promises to tackle corruption and push major reforms, while Museveni says he remains the country's best guarantee of stability and development. The campaign has been overshadowed by allegations of repression, with the United Nations and Amnesty International reported arrests and harassment of opposition supporters. Police have denied the claims. Internet access was suspended ahead of voting, a move authorities say is meant to prevent misinformation, but which the opposition argues is designed to stifle mobilization and hide election irregularities. Museveni, a former guerrilla leader, has benefited from constitutional changes removing age and term limits. He defeated Wine in the disputed 2021 election and is widely expected to win again, though the contest remains politically charged. Economic concerns dominate voter priorities, especially unemployment among Uganda's largely youthful population. Security has been tightened in the capital, Kampala, and results are expected by Saturday afternoon. That's the regional and international news. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Well, good morning, sporting fans. As the sun rises over the high-performance oval in Windhoek, Namibia, a new generation of Caribbean talent stands on the precipice of glory. In the early hours of this morning, the West Indies under-19 team will face Tanzania to open the campaign in the ICC Men's Under-19 Cricket World Cup. The Rising Stars arrived in Namibia carrying the weight of a proud cricketing heritage. 10 years after the historic 2016 triumph led by Shimron Hetmyer, this 2026 squad looks to restore the West Indies to the summit of age group cricket. While West Indies enter as favourites, the opening fixture against Tanzania is a potential banana skin. Tanzania has emerged as a rising force in African cricket, qualifying with a disciplined bowling attack and fearless stroke play. For the West Indies, the key will be early wickets from their pace battery and establishing a dominant total if batting first. This group stage match is the first of three critical hurdles. Following the opener, the West Indies will face a formidable Afghanistan side on January 18th and a powerhouse in South Africa on January 22nd. To advance to the Super 6 stage, securing a convincing win against Tanzania is non-negotiable. And finally, soccer's World Cup governing body has received more than 350 million ticket requests for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, underscoring unprecedented global demand for the tournament. The figure has revealed by Andrew Giuliani, head of the White House FIFA World Cup Task Force, after the third phase of ticket applications closed this week. Now, around 7 million tickets are expected to be available across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, with nearly 2 million already sold. The surge in interest has intensified criticism of FIFA's dynamic pricing system, which leaders including New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani and UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer warning that high prices could shut ordinary fans. With demand for exceeding supply, most applicants are expected to miss out on the tickets. That's the sports at this time. We'll have more sports in a luncheon newscast and in a primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're of refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look? The Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join our forecaster Finba Frank at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Finba.
Hey, good morning. It's a wet morning throughout most of the state. Down here it's cloudy with showers, winds blowing from east-southeast at 13 miles per hour. The pressure above the mean and rising at 13.5 millibars. Present temperature a cool 23.5. While orange 99%. Maximum temperature here within the last day got up to 30.6. Minimum temperature last night 23.5. Please note all temperatures at all times are in Celsius. In terms of rain here within the last day, and that's up to 6 a.m., 3.3, hence a total for the month, 4.7 millimeters. But this is only for the airport. And since then, since 6 to now, we have been having quite a bit of showers. Now let's take a look at the forecast for the day and the nighttime. The weather expected to be mostly cloudy with some morning showers. Most of it will be light, but there's also the chance of some heavy spells. By mid-afternoon, we should see fewer clouds and showers. Maximum temperature for the day should get up to near 30 degrees. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Waves should get up to near 8 feet in northeasterly swells. Hence, seas will be moderate to slightly rough. If you're going out at sea and you have a small craft, more so far off the east coast, please take note. There's a warning for you. As always, be safe at sea. Tides are low now, should be high this afternoon near 12:15, and then low again this evening just about 8 o'clock. Sunset 6:01, sunrise on Friday 28 minutes to 7. Just to recap the forecast for the day and the nighttime, the weather expected to be mostly cloudy with some morning showers. Again, most of it should be light, but there is a chance of some heavy spells. By mid-afternoon, we should see fewer clouds and showers. And if you're going out at sea, more so off the east coast, please take note. There's a warning for you. More so if you have a small craft, keep in mind you could meet waves up to 8 feet in northeasterly swells. That's it from the office. I'm from my friend.
Thank you very much, Finba. Have yourself a wonderful day now. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's 13 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news. A recap of the headlines. Grenada among 75 nations affected by U.S. immigrant visa pause. And cannabis reform nears passage with the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago to introduce zones of special operations after state of emergency expiration. Internationally, no breakthrough after Greenland talks between U.S. and Danish officials. And in sports, West Indies on the 19th to take on Tanzania in World Cup opener. Now that has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, the 15th day of January 2026. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive and safe day, and extending that invitation to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. To graphics and the team at Hot 98 FM, thank you for being with us. We look forward to a future engagement. Have a good day, everybody.
Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are known as the spice of the Caribbean, offering a blend of authenticity and adventure. Our unique selling points include pristine beaches, lush rainforests, rich cultural heritage, and vibrant festivals. These elements create a tapestry of experiences that awaken the senses and invite travelers to explore the beauty of our islands. We're also keeping an eye on industry trends like personalization, sustainability, wellness, and tech-enabled journeys. Personalization allows us to create bespoke experiences tailored to individual preferences, while sustainability ensures that our tourism practices preserve the environment and benefit local communities. Wellness travel is on the rise, with visitors seeking relaxation and rejuvenation, and technology is enhancing the travel experience through AI-powered trip planning and virtual reality previews. By embracing these trends, we can ensure that our offerings remain appealing and relevant to travelers around the world.
The Frequente Industrial Park is opening its doors with prime square footage available right now. Whether you are scaling up your production line or establishing new regional headquarters, we have the footprint you need ready for immediate lease. Our newly refurbished state-of-the-art facilities set a new standard, offering premium spaces designed for modern manufacturing, ICT, and service enterprises that demand excellence. With 24-hour security, property management support, and a location just minutes from the airport and the capital, GIDC Facilities isn't just a landlord. We are your partner in logistics and success. Secure your space in Grenada's flagship industrial hub today. GIDC Facilities, the foundation for your future.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
All right, folks, it's 19 minutes gone past the 7 o'clock, and at this time I'm happy to join Sergeant. I always have to prompt myself just before saying it because I've gotten so accustomed to saying Corporal, but now it's Sergeant Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF. Sarge, good morning. Welcome. Good morning, Sarge. Welcome. Okay. Sergeant Troy Paul, good morning. Welcome to the program. Hello there.
Morning.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. It's the traffic report this morning. Sergeant Paul here, and it's a wet morning this morning, and I just want to, it's a splendid morning to every one of your listeners, especially your drivers and pedestrians. And this morning, as we report the traffic state, most of the areas reporting are very quiet to little to moderate traffic flowing in most of the areas, especially our towns at the moment. And however, with the exception of the public road, which I have recently passed that area, and the traffic there started to build. In addition to that, the St. Paul's public road have some movement as well. Not as heavy as we would expect around times like these in the morning, but they definitely have a heavy, a moderate to heavy flow coming from both those areas. Also, the Toby Road, which take that traffic from the Caravini public road and leads on to the Woodlands and Grandlands Valley. That traffic have already started building and developing. So persons, if you're coming from those directions, you know what to expect from early. Most of the areas moderately flowing, also the Western Corridor, moderately flowing out to the Grenada traffic coming from the Grenada direction. So most of the areas, especially around this time, moderately flowing with the exception of the Caravini public road and the St. Paul's public road, which have a heavier flow than the others at this moment, which we normally expect in the morning times. And it's definitely what happens this morning. But as we see that it is wet this morning, so persons driving through and through any one of the areas, especially through the town. I'm not sure at the weather condition as the other areas, but we saw it was a wet morning, and we're definitely going to appeal to drivers to drive cautiously along our roads. As we dive right into the accident state for the past 24 hours, we had a total of 5 accidents reported. 4 accidents reported. We had 1 minor traffic, we had 1 minor Grenville, and 1 minor South, and 1 serious from the Victoria Police Station, where we had 1 vehicle overturned, and we had 2 persons who were injured as a result of the accident. I trust that both persons who were injured in that accident is recuperating nicely, and however, they was hospitalized. I trust that they are, as I stated, recuperating nicely so that they can be discharged from the general hospital. Accidents like these, we continue to urge persons to drive safely, as we are not aware as to the full cause of the accident, but once we have those information, we definitely provide it to the public once it becomes necessary. So as we stated, we had 5 accidents reported for the past 24 hours, and despite it is relatively low, we still continue to encourage drivers to drive safely along our roads, and I would just place a little emphasis on the conditions at this morning as it relates to the road being wet with the precipitation, the rain that is falling this morning. In some places may be falling a little heavier than some, so we want to urge drivers, please, before you start driving, make sure that all working components in your vehicle is working properly, wiper blades, headlamps if it's necessary, that if you're traveling over the Grand Tank especially, we know that you have some mist to deal with, and it definitely means that you will have to drive extra cautious this morning along that particular road.
Sergeant, just pause for 1 second. I raised something this morning, and I really want to have your interjection here on it. Is there anything that within the law, the traffic laws, that deals with vehicles that are broken down? All right, and that's normal thing. You're driving a vehicle, it could be a new vehicle, and something goes wrong, so you park. But as it relates to the length of time it can remain on the nation's roads, is there anything in law to do? Because I don't want to prejudice anything, but there's a vehicle in a particular place, right? I think it must have happened over Sunday night, because Monday morning on my way down I passed it. It's parked on a pedestrian crossing. There's a malfunction with the tire. Maybe the axle broke or something like that. But it's been there since Monday on a pedestrian crossing near to a public school. Since Monday. Now, if the vehicle is immovable, right? Or you cannot move it, all right? Yeah. It's immobile. Shouldn't there be something that gets a tow truck and move it? Because the public road is already narrow and bad. Now, you infringing on it like that makes it prone to accidents. So isn't there any law to deal with that? Can the police take it away, tow it away, and have the owners pay for it and stuff?
Absolutely. And let me just start with dealing with the problem at hand. You're driving as a driver and something happens to your vehicle where it becomes immobile. You as a prudent driver, yes, you may, we understand the concern that something happened to your vehicle. So that's the reason that the vehicle cannot be moved. But the first thing you do after you've assessed the situation, you contact the nearest police station and you inform them of your challenge. So then definitely we will look at it, assess it, and see whether or not where you park, it is in a dangerous position, and then we advise you accordingly. But as it relates to that, what you stated as leaving a vehicle from since Sunday in a particular position. But however, if your vehicle is broken down, we expect that you're contacting us to let us know that you will have some obstruction along that particular road.
Yeah, but
as soon as physically possible, you get a tow truck and you move that vehicle away immediately, because that vehicle cannot remain on the government road as if it's your
parking lot.
Yes.
But Sarge, what bothers me even further is that, as a matter of fact, this morning on my way down, right next, I had to stop so that a police van could pass, because the obstruction was on my side. The vehicle was obstructing me. So I had to stop so that a police van can pass. I mean, the police not seeing that?
Absolutely, and I believe that the police, I don't want to say too much, but we have an obligation to remove those obstructions along our road once we observe them. So what should have happened already by now is that vehicle being removed by the police and taken away so that the owners can make the necessary payments and take the vehicle to wherever it should have been taken, what mechanic or any compound, and get it sorted out. As I said, the government road is not your private parking lot or so forth, so I know that vehicle should have been there. So maybe after that conversation, you let me know where that vehicle is so that we can deal with it accordingly, so that the nation's road can be free from that particular obstruction.
You're trying to put me in cattle belly crossway.
No, I am not. You're just doing your due diligence as a responsible citizen.
Okay. All right. So, anything else? Do we have any cruise ships in port today that will interfere with our traffic? Yesterday, the traffic was a mess in the town.
Yes, we do have some heavy traffic from that morning time. We do have cruise ship today, but I trust that it would not be as hectic. Normally, you would coordinate with the cruise ship, those operators and so forth, and we coordinate the tours and so on. So once we get those information, we will definitely try our best from the traffic department to control the flow from of those traffic, but more so, we just want to encourage drivers and so forth. If you do not have anything to come to the town of St. George and so forth, during those times, let us avoid these congestions and so forth. But we try our best from the traffic department to make sure that we control and regulate those traffic, and so that we would have free flow of traffic within and out of our towns. But we want to continue to encourage drivers to drive safely. And for the persons who have not left home as yet, we know what happens, especially on a rainy morning. Person tends to leave for work a little bit later, or you have slower traffic movement due to a lot of reasons, especially right now with the traffic, the road conditions, especially going Grenada area and most of the areas which were dug up for the Nawasa 6 project and still is not completed. We know that the traffic will definitely be flowing a little bit slower in those areas where we expect some congestions as we come closer to the 8 o'clock hour. But I want to say that if persons have not left home as yet, you'll definitely be late this morning with the trajectory of how things happen on a rainy morning. So have you persons, we just want you to have a safe and blessed day today. And the question we normally would ask every morning, and we're definitely going to ask it this morning, if you are texting
or talking while driving, then who is driving?
Who is actually driving?
Who's driving? If you're texting and talking, who's driving? Thank you, Sarge.
And thank you very much.
Have a great day now to you and your entire department. Have a good one. Folks, that has been the traffic report. We take a quick break. When we come back, I've got with me in studio Mr. Kelvin Jacob. He is the Chief Cultural Officer. We're here to talk about the independence celebrations that are ongoing. We'll be back after these. Don't you go anywhere. It's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Hey there. Did you know? The GPPA now offers more ways to take control of your health. That's right, copper and hormonal IUDs plus hormonal implants, all available to you. Safe, effective, and empowering options because your body, your choice. This message is brought to you by the Grenada Planned Parenthood Association through the Build Back Equal project, funded by Global Affairs Canada.
Grenada, are you ready for the biggest football showdown to kick off 2026? Our senior men's national team is back and they're going for 7 straight wins. Sunday, January 18th, Team Grenada takes on regional rivals Jamaica in a clash of titans at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Kickoff 5 p.m. sharp. It's pride, power, and pure Caribbean football. Grenada versus Jamaica, a rivalry like no other. Can we make it 7 in a row? Come feel the energy, the passion, the fight. Tickets just $25 for adults, $10 for children. Kids under 10 enter free. Grab yours now at Heather's Boutique, Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, or GFA's office. Tell your friends, bring the family, and let's pack the stadium. This is more than a match. This is Grenada versus Jamaica, and we want all of you to be in the stands. Sunday, January 18th at 5 p.m. Grenada versus Jamaica. One team, one goal.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the conversation this morning. As I hinted to you in the studio, I don't know why he dressed with this jacket, this coat. I am speaking with Grenada Nato out there in Toronto. She says we have 20 centimeters of snow in Toronto, so they need that. But you, I mean, come on, an ordinary air condition. Morning, Calvin Jacob.
Good morning, son. How are you? Good morning to Grenada.
I am fine, happy and thankful to be alive. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Yeah.
Blessed and highly favored.
Yeah, that sounds good. You don't usually get up that early, right?
All the time.
All the time?
All the time.
Okay.
Yes, early riser.
All right, good. Well, folks, in case you didn't know, Kelvin is the Chief Cultural Officer, and we're here to talk primarily about the independent song competition that's coming on and things around that nature. We'd see initiatives that's going on in culture and so forth. So, the semi-final is on this Friday. Now, tell us. Firstly, I want us to know why it was changed from the Independence Calypso competition to the Independent Song.
So you go back to last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was changed from Calypso to give other artists a chance, or give them the what should I say? Let them know it is not just the genre of Calypso, because we are not catering just for the die-hard singers of the Calypso, the initial genre, that root of the genre, but we wanted to bring on the other artists who focus on the groovy side and the soca side to actually enter the competition as well. So it's more or less is the speed that really makes the difference, and sometimes the style,
the BPMs.
Yes, yeah. Okay. So we wanted to let these artists know that it's not just because when they hear Calypso, they say, "Oh, that's not for me because my focus is groovy, or my focus is soca." So that was primarily what it was about. So we still keep it within the genre of Calypso, okay, but the children,
okay,
soca and groovy.
Right. And having done that, did you see a difference in the response?
Last year I think we had about 2 artists who were more or less groovy artists. This year I think I haven't listened to all of the songs as yet, but basically based on the artists who actually entered, I think we had about 3 of them who came on as that kind of groovy genre.
Yeah, I think Royalty has a nice one. I like Royalty. Some folks might say it's still Calypso, but Calypso is the parent.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Groovy and soca are just the offspring. Yeah. So we've reached to the point where the semi-finalists have been chosen, 20 of them. Mm-hmm. How were they judged?
Well, they were judged on the normal criteria: lyrics, melody, rendition, all of that, and they were judged in a closed session, first of all, with the artists presenting their songs on CD or flash drive, and we had a panel of judges who listened to the songs and picked from that criteria. Okay. And that's where they picked the 20 artists that will be going up on Friday in the semi-final.
Okay,
and that is at Last Suggest on Friday. It starts at 7 p.m. The show starts at 7 p.m. The artists have been practicing with the police band. The police band will be providing the accompaniment for them this year, as they did last year. And yesterday they dipped for the positions for Friday, and I will let you know this morning that coming first on stage on Friday will be Lady Cheryl, followed by KJ, followed by Teacher Eddie, Shamak, Soca Ray, Croqueta, Big J, Reggae Atmosphere, IMG, Papa Jerry, Sour Serpent, Akeda, Lionheart, Shireen, Top Cat, Royalty, Rootsman Kelly, Kwaku and Cheryl V, Hits, and Grenada Michael Jackson. So that will be the order of appearance come tomorrow at the Last Suggest Hardcoat.
Okay. That's a very, very serious lineup.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
One name is missing.
Which name?
I don't know. You figure it out.
Well, you should have thrown your hat in the ring.
I didn't know, for some reason. I actually went to the studio, packed, and I just called Nordley and said, listen, I changed my mind.
You changed your mind.
Yeah, but nonetheless, in the final analysis, it is important. I always like the initiative. One concern I have, though, I think the theme for independence on which this song should be encompassing, I find it comes out a little too late.
Well, the competition is an independence song competition, so I don't think you have to wait for the theme to really write your song. Because the independence is about nation building, it's about country, unity, development, unity, around that thing. So you can actually write a song promoting your country.
Right.
Yeah.
And then just incorporate the theme somewhere in and from.
Yes, because there's no thing that says you would be marked down if you didn't sing on the theme, but your theme should be incorporated in the lyrics of your song somehow. But we don't expect you to go and sing on the theme in a line.
Yeah. 1969. You remember there was a song that had two lines in 1969 and 1969.
Yeah.
Okay, and from an organizational perspective, how is the response? We know the Calypsonians. Singing Ray had his song Soca Ray. He had his song out since in about November, December.
Yeah.
Very early. Kwaku and Cheryl V, they had the song up before Christmas as well. So it shows that there's a keen interest in that event.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We have a number of former stars, former monarchs, Rootsman Kelly, Sour Serpent. A lot of people overlook this gentleman. I don't. Grenada Michael Jackson. This could just be his year because I listened to his song Mandatory, and it is a very good song. So I can assure fans that comes tomorrow night in Las Vegas, from start to finish is going to be a very, very keenly. But from an organization perspective, are there any hiccups?
No, everything is going smoothly. I think the artists, they are quite ready. They are excited. We are providing the background vocalists for the artists this year, so they don't have to worry about having to pay background vocalists. The committee is providing 3 background vocalists. If for some reason an artist decides he wants a 4th one, or he doesn't want that cast, he can bring on his own 3 at his own expense or her own expense. Yeah. So we are working to make sure that the show comes out good. So coming out of Friday, we are going to be choosing 14 artists. So we have changed from the rule. The rule initially when we put it out, we said we were going to be taking 10 artists. Okay, but we added an additional 4 to make the show a nice packed show where we can produce that show as a nice show for the finals. So 14 would move out from the semi-finals on Friday to come up against the reigning monarch superstar.
One of the things that I like. It really shows that it's all about the growth and development and getting the public to appreciate the art form. The event on Friday night, that's tomorrow night, is free.
It's absolutely free. All the activities of independence are free events. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So 14 artists are selected from tomorrow night, and they go up to Sates
on the 31st. The finals will be on the 31st at the Sotes bus terminus. And this year we are trying to create an experience for the finals. So we are working along with our manufacturers, and we are also working along with the Ministry of Trade to create an economic activity in St. Patrick for the finals. So from about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we are going to have vending in the area. So we're going to have food, we're going to have drink, we're going to have craft, arts and so on, vendors in booths selling their products. Okay, so that starts out from around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it goes right up into the culmination of the show on Saturday.
What time it starts?
The show starts at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
The show starts at 8 o'clock on Saturday, but from 3 o'clock we are going to be having economic activity. We are going to be having vendors showcasing their product, putting their products out for sale. So if you are a manufacturer and you are interested, you can get in contact with the Division of Culture, or if you you're already assigned to the Ministry of Trade, the Division of Trade, they will be reaching out to you through email to make that announcement to you. It's absolutely no cost to the manufacturer or the vendor. We are going to be providing the tents, we are going to be providing the tables, etc. All you need to do is to come with your branding, make sure your booth is looking appealing for people to come and buy your products.
And I presume it has to have some reflection of independence.
Independence, yes,
okay.
Yes.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. We here at the GBN, we are so supportive of this. We have our Oil Down Fest on the same day, Saturday. 31st. So how we've been promoting it is the Oil Down Fest is from 10 in the morning to 8, and after that we all coming up to Saturday. That's how we've been promoting it.
And where's the Oil Down Fest this year?
Pearls Airport.
Pearls Airport, okay. I remember that last year. I think the motorcade happened on that day, and they went to that area and then they came up here.
Mm-hmm. So that's how we're doing it. From the Oil Down Fest on Saturday,
right,
we all converging up at Saturday.
Saturday's bus terminal.
All right, so that's it for the Independent Song Festival. What are the prizes?
What's the price? I don't think I have it off my head right now, but it's good. It's attractive. I think the artists for the appearance fee, I think it's $3,000 for the appearance fee in the finals. I think it's $2,000 in the semifinals, and I think it's $3,000 in the finals.
Just for making it.
Just for making it, yes.
All right. Now, other initiatives from the Division of Culture. I'm not from St. David, but I've gotten citizenship, so I feel proud when good things happen in St. David. And the Comspan was launched actually in St. David on Monday or Tuesday?
Monday, yeah.
I think tomorrow it will be launched in Carriacou. And that is, in my opinion, it's a very significant initiative in that it's bringing PAN to the various communities, not just parish but communities, because who would have thought PAN, although there was PAN in St. David already, but in Corinth, I think that's a centralized place, and going to other villages. Tell us about Comspan.
So Comspan actually was launched last year, November. On the 7th of November last year. So what we are doing now, we are actually rolling out the program in the different parishes. So the objective of Comspan is to bring PAN into the community to get more people playing PAN, especially catering for the people who are not already assigned to any PAN band. So if you are not assigned to a PAN band, you are a player, but you are not assigned, and you want to start back playing structurally again, you can join any of these PAN ensembles in the various parishes. So we launched St. David on Monday. It was a very good launch. The community of Corinth, I think they have a committee among themselves already to promote that art form. So it was really easy to get them up and running. So we launched them on Monday, and the applications for the classes, it surpasses what we're actually looking for. So we are looking for 20 participants to start the program initially. But what we find just from our end at the Ministry of Culture, the Division of Culture, we receive about 20 applications. Plus, we have applications in hard copies out in the schools and in Corinth. So we are already seeing that there's great interest in that program that has been launched on Monday. So I spoke to the committee, and I said you may have to look at some ways of maybe accommodating these people. The Ministry of Culture, Creative Economy and Culture, we are providing the tutors to run these programs. And it's a very structured program, because the students that are going to be coming through the program, they will be required to be very dedicated, because they will be sitting an exam, a theory and a practical exam at the end of the 6 months course. The tutors that we are going to be paying to deliver these programs, they would also be held accountable. So they also will be evaluated. So if they are not making sense, they are not delivering the instruction properly, because there is a program, there's a set syllabus that they have to follow. to make sure that the students. So we will be doing a little bit of music theory plus all the thing about the playing of the steel band, learning about the instrument and all of these things. It's part of the program. So it's a very structured program, and we will be also providing training for the tutors. And as part of the program as well, we will be having classes for trainers. They would be getting training, whether we bring somebody in or we send them out, because we've partnered with Midco, the company out of Trinidad which we bought the pans from. So training in arranging the production of steel pans and so on. That would also be a part of the program. So it's an ongoing program. This is just the first phase of it, and we are really excited to launch this program. We are going to be launching in Carrico tomorrow. So tomorrow we are launching the tutoring aspect of the program. We are rolling it out in Carrico tomorrow at 2 p.m. and that will be at the Carrico Botanical Gardens.
Okay.
But the classes will be at the Larry Source Community Center. So once the classes will be up and running, I think their classes will be on Mondays and Thursdays at the Larry Source Community Center in Carrico. When we come back down, we will be moving to St. Mark's. So St. Mark's people start getting ready, and then we roll out in the other parishes.
Now, while on PAN, I do hope that the ministry or the Division of Culture is paying keen attention to the fact that we really need to push, especially from the teaching aspect of PAN, because we've lost two stalwarts.
Yes.
Back to back in St. Clair and Blaise, and I don't think we don't have that sort of human resource in Grenada that we could just handpick somebody and say, okay, you're going to replace St. Clair and you're going to replace Blaise. So I do hope that there's a structured approach in getting, because as you said, the interest in PAN is very high. And that's a good thing. So we need the right human resource personnel that could guide it along the right path.
Yes, and I said ComSpan will do just that, because another initiative we are going to be doing this year, we are going to be having a masterclass for PAN. All right. This is how we rolled out master classes with the creative economy in music and film and so on. We are going to be having a master class this year dedicated specifically for PAN arranging, PAN tuning, and all of that.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so ComSpan. I really, whose initiative was that? Whose idea was that?
Well, that was the brainchild of the Minister Adrian Thomas. That was his idea, and he passed it on to us, and we ran with it, because we saw the importance of building that kind of atmosphere in the communities again for steel pan music in the evening. And we also have a lot of people who are not academically inclined, and we see where the creative economy where the creative economy is going now. We see a lot of students, young men, who are dropping out, and we want to create that opportunity for them, because I'm telling you, don't get fooled. These are the jobs that are making the money now.
Man, you're saying that soft. I keep pushing that narrative for quite a while now. We have to, as parents and guardians and seniors, we have to step away from this traditional thing of you have to be successful, you have to become a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, a policeman, and so forth. That's good, we need them too, but they are making the monies. Yeah. The sports people and the entertainers. I mean, you touched a knob there, the creative desk.
Mm-hmm. Office of Creative Affairs.
Yeah, that desk in particular. I mean, it's not old. It's relatively new.
Absolutely.
But the impact it has had thus far, I mean, we're seeing the results, you know. We're seeing a lot of people now being involved in film, local film production, and so forth. We had Casey Phillip was brought up here to assist with arrangements, and I know music. I've heard some of, for example, I listened to Nodley Frederick, and I'm hearing a difference already, and I'm certain that it's because of the interface that they had with Casey.
Yeah.
So this initiative must not be overlooked. It is important. It is a step in the right direction. And we in Grenada tend to have a habit. We say we get up hot and sweaty, and then it falls by the wayside. I hope this is not going to happen.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they've gone. They've gone far, and they're continuing to create new programs.
And you go on stage and you jump up, and you're no longer just getting exposure, but it's a business.
It's a business, and I think that's what the focus is on with the Office of Creative Affairs. They're teaching these people, now you have the talent, turn it into a viable business.
Monetize it.
Yeah, monetize it and creating a structure. Put value on yourself and your talent.
And from the office, your department.
Well, a lot of other good things are happening at our division. We've had a lot of additions to the division in terms of human resource, and we are rolling out a lot of the programs that were there before and other programs this year. So we've gone back into the schools, and we have guitar in our schools now. We have steel pan, we have dance, we have voice and choir. So we have one person going around to doing vocal training and working with the choir, because we are building all of these structures now for our stellar program this year, the Grenada Festival of the Arts, which will be schools and the communities to embrace the opportunities that we are putting out from the Division of Culture. Two of the programs this year we are going to be putting out in the community, because we know the schools, they are saturated. So we are also looking at the community as well. So we are going to be rolling out our traditional drum for the community. So if you are in a community and you are interested in playing traditional drums, we are going to be putting out a call just now for you. If you are out there in the community and you are interested in guitar, we are going to be reaching out to you shortly. So we are going to be opening up a guitar program that will be catering for the community. Yes, students can take part as well, but they can take part as an after-school program.
What's the intent behind this?
Well, of course, it's to create more skills, create more players that they can go out there and they can feed themselves.
It's a livelihood.
Yeah, because we know tourism is a big thing for us. The hotels often ask for performers in various areas. So as a panist, you can go in the hotel. As a drummer, you can join another drumming group, or two of you can team up and you can be providing drumming for a hotel or events, etc. So
as you say that, a good friend of mine comes to mind, Lyndon Langdon. The saxophonist, and it shows that it's important to have this skill. You read something, bringing back the singing and so forth to the school. We both have white beards, so we might be in same age group, right? Do you remember in school, Miss Ramdani would come?
Absolutely.
And she had a, I don't know how you call it.
Tuning fork, I call it tuning fork.
And she'd knock it and she said sing, and she,
and she find your range.
Yeah.
Yes.
Miss Ramdani, good morning to you. I saw you the other day and I felt so good seeing you. That's what's coming back, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's what we are bringing back. We also had Miss Cheryl Jarvis. I don't know if you remember Miss Cheryl Jarvis. Cheryl Jarvis, along with Miss Ramdani, Miss Shirley Robinson, Patricia Moore, Tommy Matthew. Yeah. All of these people are the people who actually build up these programs in the schools.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago. Tommy, good morning, my good friend. Yeah. So I'm happy. It means that, but it's also important that you visit us a little more often, so that, because too often a lot of things are happening, but then the PR of it, people don't know, and people would say, well, nothing is happening.
Yes,
Kelvin and them just sit down, they collecting a big salary and nothing happening. But based on what you've said, there are a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. I know that you now have a designated individual that looks at Calypso in the schools.
Yes.
And that's remarkable. On that, good morning, Teacher Eddie and Scholar, those guys there, and Black Wizard, the foundational work that they did
with the Junior Calypso.
Yeah, yes. It's bearing fruits now. So well, Kelvin, I mean, it's always a pleasure having you.
Well, just want to say, support all the activities of the Independence this year. There is the youth activity happening on the 24th at Montrouge. That's a force activity. The the focus is to bring young entrepreneurs together. We have a lot of young people who are doing things, and we want to give them that spotlight. So when you come down there, you're going to see young people in manufacturing, young people in music, all of these areas. So just come out there on the 24th at the Monroe playing field, and you are going to immerse yourself in what the young people are doing this year.
Okay. All right. So as we do the wrap, someone says, I remember Miss Jarvis. She's from Guyana.
Yes,
a very nice lady.
Guyana, yes.
Morning, Jennifer. All right. So let's just reiterate the events for tomorrow, the time and everything like that.
So tomorrow is the semi-final of the Independent Song Competition. We have 20 artists facing the judges, where 14 will move on to the finals on the 31st of January at the Sotes Bus Terminus. The show tomorrow starts at 7 p.m. sharp, and we're asking everyone to come out and support the artists. It's a very good cast. It's going to be very competitive. Come out and hear some good independence songs from our artists. It's a free event, so you should not miss it.
As a matter of fact, as we roll out of the program, they will be coming up against this lady here. That is superstar Jermaine Simon. She called this one Flag Draggers. All right, folks, so this is where we wrap it up this morning. Kelvin, thank you again for dropping by, you and your organizing committee. I think you all are doing an exceptional job this year, as always, and all that is needed is people to come on out and support the events. As you rightfully said, all the events for independence are free, so come on out. All you have to do is bring your good behavior and come and support, wave your flag to your favorite artists, support all the artists, of course, but in the event, in the final analysis, Grenada first.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Thank you very much, Innocent. Thank you, Grenada. Have a wonderful day.
Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. The BBC is up next. Don't you go anywhere.
With that